Hey everybody, Zee Garcia here, and today we're going to be running a dim sum restaurant trying to get our orders out as fast as possible in Dim Sum Jam. This is a real-time cooperative game in which all the players are going to be simultaneously, or at least in real time, fulfilling orders on various tables on the board, refilling their hands from a bag, and trying to get to a certain card, a VIP table, fulfill that one before they run out of time or they get too many complaints. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. It's a very simple, straightforward game. I'm going to show you on the table. We'll come back up here. I'll tell you what I think of it. To set up the game, we are going to lay out these 7 locations. Now, ideally, they would be in a line, okay? But I had to cut them up into 2 pieces here for the sake of the camera. So you're going to line them up 1 through 7. Those represent the tables you are trying to serve. You are going to prepare the deck of orders that you are going to be playing with. So shuffle up these, select 5, pick one random, and randomize 5. Randomly pick one of these VIP orders, and then another 10 of these, and that is your deck. This is what you're going to be playing with. The rest we will set aside for now. You've also got this card right here, which will track complaints, and will track if you have some of this tea, a special ability that you might be able to unlock in the game. We've got a timer here. We've got a bag full of the different orders, and we are basically ready to begin. So we flip over one order into each of these tables, and as you can see, each one shows 4 things that they want at that table. Everybody is going to reach into the bag and grab 5 tokens, and then you are ready to begin. So I'll grab those 5, and I'll pretend there's somebody here. They get their 5. There's somebody over here, and they get their 5. All right, and we're off. So here's how the game works. Flip over the timer, and then someone begins. On your turn, you are going to place one of these tokens on any one order you want to begin, all right? So for example, let's say I take this one here, and I am going to place it right here on the 2, in the matching spot on that food, on that table, all right? Now, every one of these tiles, you'll notice, has a number, okay? So this one, for example, shows the food and then shows the 6. What that means is the next player, and once I do this, I draw a new one. The next player has to play at the table listed on the tile previously placed. So I played there. This player now must play at table 6. And they are going to place this token right there at table 6. They draw a new one. The next player now, this shows a 7. They have to play at table 7. All right, they take a look. They are going to play right here at table 7. That one shows a 2. Next player has to play at table 2. All right, great. So I might say, okay, can you play at table 4 if I do this? Yeah, I can play at table 4. Okay, great. There, I play that. I draw a new one. That player now plays at table 4. Can you play at table 3? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, I'm playing at table 3. And this keeps going until a table is filled or the timer runs out, or you cannot play on your turn. So let me explain all of those things. A table is filled. So the players manage to get one in every one of these spots. At that moment, we pause this. We turn it sideways to hold the game. And we are going to push these off to a discard pile. They might go back in the bag if it's empty. And then we are going to flip over a new order on top of it. And then you do one of 2 things. You either can flip over the timer to start running the other way, okay? Ideally, you only had, a little bit of time. Well, not ideally, but if you only had a little bit of time left and it ended up like that, then you can say, okay, well, I'm just flipping it to start running this way now. Or we give ourselves one of these tea pieces. These are wild. They can go on anything. And they denote that the next thing placed after it goes on table 1. But they can cover anything, all right? So you can give yourselves one of those instead of flipping over the sand timer to run in the other direction. Once that's done, we turn this, whichever way we decided it would go, and we keep going, okay? Now, if you run out of time, you get a complaint. Getting 3 of these complaints ends the game, and we lose. And then whoever could not play, or if the timer run out, players get to replace some of these, throw them away, grab some new ones from the bag, and we keep going. You can, after one of these busts, so to speak, you can also decide to get the timer going the other way to help you out. All right? And that's pretty much it. Now, what you're trying to do, the way you win, is by finishing up a few more of these and eventually getting this one, the VIP order. If you finish that one before you get 3 complaints, or before you run out of these and would need more, but there aren't any, then we win the game, all right? There are also a few variants in the rules that say things like, well, if you want to make the game harder, you can do it where the pool of tokens are smaller. Or you have to complete 2 of the VIP things. Or players have to play with a single hand, things like that. There are not a lot of clarifications to this, but that's how they do it, which I think is fine. You can mess with how you build this deck, how many tokens everybody's holding, etc., and gauge the game to be as difficult or as easy as you need it to be. So there you go. Let's go and go back up top. Let me tell you what I think of it. There we go. That is Dim Sum Jam. And I have to say, for what this game is, it's cute, okay? I don't think it's going to have the legs at the end of the day, no matter if you really enjoy the game or not. I don't think it's going to go the distance. The replayability just isn't there. But it's a cute game. Let's talk about this, okay? Let me break it down. I'm going to start with the positives. The theme here. It's a great theme. It's lovely. It's well implemented. Mechanics match theme, so I can use it to teach. That's fantastic, okay? And then the aesthetics are pretty good. The components are good quality. I like the artwork in the game. They do have a couple of weird things in which they include stickers that as you unlock achievements, so to speak, basically by playing the game at harder difficulties, if you manage to do that, you can grab these stickers and stick them on the cover of your game. I don't know if I like that idea. This has a linen finish, so this might not stick very well onto that, but you can do that, okay? Kind of a weird idea, but a different idea. So those are my 2 main positives, aesthetics and the theme. The ease of play, I think, is fine. There is an issue in the rulebook in which they explain one variant. There's this token, which has arrows going clockwise and counterclockwise on the other side. And then in the rulebook, they explain after ending of the game, there's an area called the changing turn order variant. Okay, there's a copy-paste error here, and it just explains how the game scores at the end again. Unless I'm blind, they mismatched this information. So I don't know how to use this. And then after that, they talk about achievements and so forth, which is nice. There's different ways to adjust difficulty. But the game, it's very, very simple. I wish they would have included a player aid for when you can flip the timer, when you can replenish your hand by discarding as many as you want and drawing back up. Just a little player aid so that while you're in the frenetic nature of the game, you can just quickly look at that thing and go, okay, I got to do this. And they didn't. It seems like an easy, obvious kind of thing to do, but it's not there. So there you go. That's what I think of that. And then the things I found pretty weak are, well, the replay value. This is very much a one-trick pony kind of game, right? You know what it does the first time out. After those 10 minutes or so, you've seen everything this game is going to show you. You get it. There is no... This isn't Hanabi, where the communication between the players will evolve, and you are giving different clues and sort of discovering different ways to communicate with the group from the first game to, say, the 5th game. No, it's the same thing. And every single round you go, can you play here? Yeah? Bloop. Because you can't really plan that far ahead. You can't burn time to go, okay, if I play there, can you play there? And then after that, what number do you have? Okay, a 4. I could play on a 4 after you play. My 4 has a 7 on it. Can you play on a 7 after that? You're not going to do that. You're going to go 5, yeah? Bloop. And then you play and you go, Can you play on a 6? Yeah, a bloop, you know. So that's it. It's the same pattern, okay? Every game, every time, every minute of the game. So the replay value is not good. By that same token, the game arc is not good. It's the same thing. That's not to say this is not a fun activity. I enjoyed my plays of it. It's just very much the same thing. After, if you love that activity, you might like this. I still don't think you're going to keep coming back to it again. But you might enjoy it more than I did. I thought it was cute, and I will forget about it in about a week, and I will never play it again, right? You might say, well, Z, this isn't really for you. Even if it's for kids, or even if it's for huge fans of real-time strategy games, that's maybe a little too, that might be too kind, saying strategy game. But anyway, if even for someone who adores this kind of thing, the variability just isn't there. Lastly, tactics, strategy, luck, it's just not there. There isn't anything particularly clever about the gameplay in it. I like the variance, okay? I like that you can mess with the way you set up the game to change the difficulty. But that's really all you're doing. It's just making it harder, putting things in your way. You're not really changing how the game plays. You might just have to do it with only your left hand or whatever, okay? So there you go. Overall, if you really love this kind of game, I would say give it a go. If not, there are many better games to play with kids. There are better games if you want to do something active, This one is just not... The replayability isn't going to be there. Cute activity. If you see it somewhere out of convention, you can give it a try. I just wouldn't necessarily add this to my collection, okay? So there you go. This is going to get a 4.5 out of 10. Just a little below average, So that's what I think of it. Thanks, everybody, for checking out Dim Sum Jam. That is fun to say. Checking this game out with me, I'm Zee Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.